We're live, Karen. Carmen, we are live. I had a little error there.
Oh my gosh, yes, we are live. Listen, we are live, and I'm glad um, I decided to check today because normally we go live every 2 Thursdays, right? And life has been lifing, hasn't it?
Life has been life, and especially for me, I'm telling you, it's life, life. But I love it. You know what? If I wasn't here, I wouldn't be lifing.
Well, you know what? That is true. My son said today, "Hey, mom, one of my clients, or I think a lawyer, has on their the signature of the email, and it says any day above ground is a good one." And I'm thinking, hey, if you set the bar there,
That is
what
so
else?
true.
You're gonna have a good day. You wake up, it's a good day, right?
That
Although
is so true.
some people in our business, we know that many people wake up and it's not a good day. But we are here to help people make those bad days just a little bit better with certain things that you can do, or of certain things that you can do to make those bad days just a little bit better, right?
That's
Because
right.
every day, right, we're gonna have every someone is gonna pass away, someone is gonna lose a loved one every couple of seconds. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going
Um,
to happen. Well, I just wanted
yeah.
to let's welcome everybody. Hopefully, we have some people listening. I know this is kind of off day and we didn't post anything. We didn't invite anybody, but we are here today. The Millionaire Ladies Mob. Aaliyah, the healthcare queen, that's me. And we have Carmen Bernard. You know what? I met Carmen because she's Carmen Bernard, Boss Lady. I love that name, Boss Lady. And that's how we met. So welcome everybody.
We sure did. Welcome, welcome. If you are listening to us, put something in the chat so that we know you're here. Hit the love button, hit the share button, hit the love button. It just takes a minute. Hit the share button. There's going to be something that we say tonight that is going to help someone. We are normally live second and fourth Thursdays. Last week I did go live, but we had 5 Thursdays in the month of May. And the month of May, let's chat a little bit. That's what our the topic said. Let's chat. Let's check the month of May. When I tell you life, thank God for life. But there were so many things going on. And in my life, the month of May is always hectic, for lack of a better
Mhm.
word. You know, my birthday is in May. My mom's birthday is the last weekend in April, so it kind of creeps into May. My
Mhm.
granddaughter's birthday is in May. My bonus daughter's birthday is that same last week in April that creeps into May. My mother-in-law's birthday is in May, and then there's all the graduations.
The graduations.
This year I had a senior graduate high school, my grandson going off to college, and then I had a younger one, fifth grade, going on to not fifth grade, pre-K, kindergarten, going on to first grade. And then of course it's all the other kids everybody's being promoted and going to another grade and stuff. So there's all of those celebrations. There are recitals. There were, and then it's Memorial, which is a big weekend. Memorial weekend here in Atlanta. It's party and barbecues and all sorts. So it was so busy. So last week I thought, oh my God, we have not been on in a while in the month of May at all. So let me go on. And I did. So when I looked today, I realized it was the second Thursday, which is when we're supposed to be on, second and fourth Thursdays. And I
Right,
said to myself, you know what? I'm going on.
right.
And so I'm glad you saw me and decided to like pop in here.
It's been enjoyable. I tell you, the last 2 months have been very. I'm not going to say challenging, but the next few months, remember, we just had all this excitement. You had your
Mhm.
birthday, but the graduations, the kids are out of school, summer's here, but it
Finally.
brings up another time for us. And I'm dreading it. I'm not dreading it, but I am dreading it because this becomes the time when I have to start all of my Medicare certifications. So to be a Medicare agent, so if you guys didn't know, in order to be a Medicare agent, certain times of the year, we have to do what we call certifications because you cannot offer Medicare unless you have a certain certification. We do one with AHIP, which is, it stands for what, America's Health Insurance something. And it's hours, several hours of study. And only because there's so much to understand about Medicare. People are turning 65 all the time.
I
And
think
we love it.
10,000 per day, right? Or
It's a
something like
lot.
that.
It's a lot. So there's enough business out there for a lot of people and a lot of us, but we legally, you can't just reach out to people. But guess what? People get called all day long. And I have a presentation, an agent showed me how to get your name off of a list. She did a really good presentation. There are certain steps you can do to get your name. I get calls every day, all day. Oh, we're calling about the health insurance plan. We're calling about the health insurance plan for small businesses or anything. And they just want to get you on the phone and see if you respond. I'm not knocking people that do that because it's sales. And if you can get somebody on the phone, you can. You know, I'm not knocking it, but I get tired of it if you get 10, 20 a day.
It's Listen, my mom, it's really hard though, especially for seniors. And maybe not the new seniors, right? Like we're the new seniors, right? We are now into our 60s, now creeping into our 65th birthday and stuff. But we are seniors that are, tech savvy and know about what's going on. I'm talking about the seniors like our moms. The seniors like our moms that are 80 something years old and that phone rings all day long
All day.
about people calling for Medicare. And then they scare the elderly people. My mom refuses to answer her phone.
Aw.
You now become a prisoner in your own home because you do not want to answer the phone. So she will not sometimes not answer the phone. Then she'll call me back and say, "Did you call me?" Because she's the only person. I don't care to hear from these people who are calling all day long, whether it's about Medicare, whether it's about Social Security. Which, by the way, y'all, please believe me, be careful. Do not give out any personal information to people that are calling you. Not until you can verify that that person is truly someone that you can trust and that will do the best for you. People like Aaliyah and I,
Right.
we are we are licensed by the state and certified by many, many, many different programs to help you.
Mhm.
So, you look at us, you can see us. I'm a real person. I'm even verified on Facebook just so people would know that I am a real person.
Mhm.
So that's why I have that little blue check. You will know that I'm a real person and that you are reaching out to a real person. And you have my license number. You can check with the state and you can make sure that you are not being defrauded.
That's right. You know what? There's so many scams. So I fell victim to a scam, and I thought I was a little more savvy than the average bear. I got an email, and it looked so legitimate from PayPal. And I forgot what I did, but I got somebody on the telephone. I called the number in the email instead of going to my actual PayPal account
Right.
and checking to see. And so the guy answered the phone, very nice, had a little accent, didn't bother me. And he asked me a couple of questions. And then he said, he asked me questions. And I'm like, okay, this sounds a little weird. And so he sent me an email. And I said, okay, hold on. Let me see if I get your email. And it was from a Gmail. And I'm like, and I told, oh my God, you're the scammer. And all of a sudden in my PayPal account, they started billing me 500 in $500 increments, or was it I forgot. It was either $100 increments or $500 increments, and it did about 100. I think it was $100 increments, 100 times. If I
Oh
had
my
just been a
God.
regular person clicking on saying pay this invoice, they could have took so much money from me, but it happened to
Right.
me so fast, Carmen. It scared me. I had to call PayPal, I had to call my bank to make sure nothing happened. And PayPal saw it in there, so they froze that little account. So these people, I don't know how they got my PayPal. And so there are fraudsters that they sound very convincing. And when older people get those phone calls, they'll give them a lot of information. You just have to be very careful when you do that. Don't call numbers just random on the internet,
And
because
don't
people.
click. And don't click either. Don't click the link.
Right. That's right.
Don't
But I
click the
did
link.
it. So I fell victim. This was not even, okay, it was before I moved here. So it was a little over a year ago, but I remember it. It scared me so bad. So we all have to be very careful when we're either taking phone calls and when we're on emails. They have gotten so sophisticated. The email really looks like it's from, now this is the new one, USPS.
Oh yeah, they text
At
you with that all the
USPS.
time. Yeah, they
Right.
need to verify. Listen, don't you can't trust anything anywhere. By the way, I saw that video that you sent to me when you were looking for the home, and it was down your street, and I was like, oh wow, I need to think. It's a year already. I can
Yeah.
believe it.
So I got a call this today from the builder, and they said, "Hey, Miss Sherrod, we're ready to, do you have any problems or any issues?" Because it was a new bill. Well, I had
Right.
already had my inspector come about 2 weekends ago. He did. He went from top to bottom, from the front door to the back, everything. Found things I didn't even realize was wrong.
Oh
And
wow.
this is something. I mean, I thought everything was okay. I look in my microwave, and he shows me my microwave. I don't have a vent. It's like, what? So it's just little things like that. And so that's what
Right.
happened. So it's been almost a year. I sent
Wow.
them the information. So they're going to send people out to fix all because I have a year warranty when you have a new
Right.
bill. But then
Yeah.
I'll also roll into a home warranty, because I'm not taking chances on my refrigerator, my stove, my microwave, I'm not taking chances on that stuff, going breaking down, because I don't have, $5,000 to just replace an air conditioning. When I first bought a house in Arizona in 2007, we moved in there, and the first right after the warranty was expired on the air conditioning, that summer was
Okay.
super hot. It went out. I had just renewed a home warranty that weekend, and was able to get that air conditioning replaced. Now they have different processes when you buy a home warranty. They make you wait 30 days, stuff like that.
Right,
So
right. So
it's
that's when you go on vacation and come back afterwards, and then. But listen though, who did you? I need to do that because I attempted to get a home warranty on something else, because when you're in a home the way I am, I'm going on 28, 29 years or so, 28 years at least being in this home. It was also a new build. But girl, everything is. I need new windows now. I had a new roof. I have new flooring. I mean, you're basically rebuilding the house. But I do need a home warranty. And I just listen. I'm an insurance person. I just can't trust what I see.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I
I
have a couple companies. I will refer you to a couple of companies. I don't want to give anybody any
and
plugs tonight.
not if they pay us right now. If you want us to be a sponsor of your, reach out to us and show us what you have, and then we'll definitely not only plug you but promote you
That's
while
right.
you pay us.
That's right.
But one of them, I refuse to take any calls from these people. Oh my God, they're hounds. They email you 60 times a day. They call you 61 times a day. I can't do it. I can't, but I do need a
Give me your
warranty.
number. They sell that information, and everybody and their mother is calling you now.
Right, right,
We're
right.
in sales. We know the tricks.
We sure do. We
But you know what,
sure
Carmen?
do.
Before we started, Carmen brought up a very good topic that today we were just chatting, but this is a very good topic, and it's about our kids. Our kids. You want to, listen to me, ensure your children, how old? Two
2 weeks
weeks?
old. 2 weeks
At two
old.
weeks old.
Unless they were like, had some birth issues or something like that. But if you have a pretty normal newborn at age 2 weeks, that you want to go ahead and insure them at age 2 weeks old. Listen, the everything is just so much different now, right? And one of the things that I am super concerned about, why I'm encouraging parents to insure your child at 2 weeks old. The first one is autism.
Yes, and that's, I mean, everybody you talk to now has has
Someone
a
on the
child.
spectrum.
It never happened. I mean, maybe we didn't realize it.
I that's maybe we didn't realize it. Listen, I came I came in contact with that word autism back in the early 80s, right? I was in college. Listen, that's so long ago. And I actually had to do a paper on it. But at that time, it was so scarce that you even ran into anybody with it. Or maybe they did have it, but they wasn't diagnosed. People didn't understand. But for some reason, to me now, it looks like everybody. It just seems like
Yes,
it's overdiagnosed,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
And I don't put it past the medical community because everything is about dollars, and they need us to participate in this sick care system, not healthcare system. The
Right.
sick
So
care
autism, there
system.
was something else you said that was pretty prevalent. Man, I tell you, I
Well,
don't remember.
definitely the autism, because they're not going to diagnose your baby with ADHD and autism at age
Yeah.
at 2 weeks old. And these are things that actually knock out your children from getting life insurance for later. And I'm not talking life insurance from Gerber. Oh my God, I didn't mean to say that. Scratch, go back.
Scratch
I'm
that.
not,
Scratch that.
I'm not talking life insurance where you pay these $2, thing for $10,000. I'm not talking that kind of life insurance. Does that have a place? Of course it does. But I'm talking about real life changing life insurance that comes with not just about a death benefit, but about living benefits, about college planning, about purchasing a home, about starting a business, about getting married, whatever it is, that you can really and truly invest in your child's future. What do we call it? Today's child, tomorrow's millionaire.
Oh yeah. There was this program called the Millionaire Baby. I
Yes,
used to have
yes,
that program because there you really can create a millionaire child. You just have to plan a little bit. It's going to take some money. It's not free, but you want to make sure that you help your child to soar a little bit because with inflation. I don't know how much olive oil is going to be when my granddaughter is 21, but today, the price of olive oil is $60 for those 2-gallon things at Costco, when not before COVID, it was $13. And so
right,
who knows what's going to happen, 20
right,
years from now. College is going to cost, I can't even think what college is going to cost 20 years from now. Just buying a car, the price of a car is soaring. Now, our parents talked about this, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when, we were coming up. What is the price going to be by the time they get a certain age? Well,
right.
it's manageable. It was manageable before COVID. I think everything was kind of manageable before COVID. Now that COVID came, I think things have gotten so out of control. We have to prepare our children in as much as we can. You have to give them a leg up. Other cultures take care of their families, and I see people bounding together right now because people are moving in together and people are helping each other because it's too expensive not to join together and band together and help each other. You have to do
Right.
that, but you can give your child a leg up in this world if you only prepare. And those type of things, most people don't think about. Two week old, I didn't think about that when my grandkids were 2 weeks old. I got them insurance, but not at 2 weeks old. And I knew I should have done it. And even we fall short. So I'm human too.
Exactly.
And sometimes I put
Exactly.
things that shouldn't be put in before I do something that I'm supposed to do. But
Right.
that's because I care. Right now, we're talking about things because we've made the mistakes. We've done the same thing. So that's why it's important to make sure that you take care of your children and your grandchildren, your grandparents out there. There's no law that says you can't buy the insurance on your grandkids. You can do
Ab-
that.
Absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, even if you're a grandparent on a limited budget, but let's say you have, a couple of grandbabies, two or three grandbabies that are under the age of 10, and you want to do something for that child, you do not have the type of money to really and truly, build and invest for the future, but you want to make sure that you're protecting their insurability. Their policies, whole life policy that you can purchase for that child, that's very inexpensive. But then that child, as they get older and as there's certain milestones in their life, they can double, triple, quadruple that insurance. So all of a sudden, a $50,000 policy when they're in their 20s goes up to a $250,000 policy or
Mhm.
so. And the good thing about that is that they, even if something happened, even if they were diagnosed with ADHD, even if they were diagnosed with autism, even if they were diagnosed with
Type
uh,
2
childhood
diabetes.
diabetes, right? Any of those things that would normally knock that child out would not anymore, because we're going to go based on their health status when they were 2 weeks old, when they were 6 months old, when they were 1.5 years old, when they were 3 years old. That's the health status we're going to still use um, to measure them, even though they're in their 20s or their 30s. You know,
Right.
and by the way, if you were paying $4 a month for, $48 a year for that $50,000, they're going to continue paying $48 a year for that $50,000 for the rest of their life.
Yeah. And you know what, Carmen, what you said, before they get diagnosed with something, we should make sure we get that in place. Remember, was it 2 years ago when you had a child at school, a young child? He died, diabetes. He was what,
Yeah,
13 or 12?
yeah. It was my son, my grandson's teammate
Yeah.
that died. All of his entire system shut down from diabetes, and he was misdiagnosed basically because he should have been being treated with insulin, and not just like type 2, trying to manage it with food or something like that. So he was misdiagnosed, but as parents, we don't know what the future holds, but we
Right.
can do certain things right now that will protect our kids. Now, would an insurance policy have protected that kid from dying? No, it wouldn't have, but it would have helped that mom as she has to go through the pain and of losing a child and mourning and worrying about her other children and worrying about not having to worry about work and being able to now go out there and educate other parents who could lose their children due to misdiagnosis, but let them know what happened so that they can now ask questions and things like that. So the children do not, I had one woman, and of course, it's my Guyanese people, but mostly a lot of West Indians, we do have this kind of thing. If you talk about death, that means you're bringing death on you. If you talk about life
Oh,
insurance,
really?
die. Yeah. So, and I had one person, to say, well, children do not bring in income. Well, no, they don't. But there are just so many other reasons. And that's why it shows when we do things like this, it's important that we talk about it, because number one, people do not want to have this talk. It's a
No.
hard talk to have, right? It's a hard talk to have, that we don't want to talk about the death of our children, but every single day, someone is burying a child somewhere. right? And every single day, that family falls into ruin because they were barely making it because they were working from paycheck to Monday, paycheck to tomorrow.
That's right.
And this just even put them so much further back.
Yep. And you know what? Because it is summertime out here in Arizona, there are kids in the pools that are drowning. They're having accidents. There's skating accidents. There's biking accidents. There's hiking accidents. There's heat exhaustion out here. A friend of mine, her son died of heat exhaustion, and you don't know when that's coming on you.
Right.
So there are articles out there that there's just so much you don't even realize that you're hot. And out here, the heat can get up to 125 degrees. The day I moved here, it was 125 degrees. Now,
I
I
would have
didn't
turned back.
think, but no, it didn't feel like it. And so that
Right.
could have been a warning sign to me, like, Aaliyah, are you crazy? Is something wrong with you? But because I'm in the house most of the time, I enjoy the heat, but I only go out usually in the evening, and I burn really bad in the sun. Now, who would have
Mhm.
thought that? I burn really bad, so I try to stay out of the sun. But just the thought of some kid out there running, and they make them play football and they make them play baseball, and they're in the sports, and you see them out there, and you're like, put that kid inside somewhere. But I can't control it, but I just feel for the kids when I see them out there running and playing in the hot sun. And out here, it's really hot. It's not humid like it is in Georgia, but it's hot. The sun is hot.
Mhm.
That if you look at the sun, I mean, you really shouldn't even look that direction. I have to keep my sunglasses on. It creates your eyes to be dry. So when we talk about our kids, we want to think about the future, that anything can happen. You just don't know. Anything can happen to us, but our children, because of the food that we eat, McDonald's, I read an article, Carmen, and it said, you don't even know if you're getting real meat in this stuff. So it's like, or you're getting real food. You just don't
Right.
know. And then it could be that genetically modified food. I'm not knocking anybody that wants genetically modified food. It's just not for me. But I
Right.
want to know if it's in there, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Exactly. And so in the theme of still protecting our children, um, you mentioned the kids playing football, and I told you, you guys may have mentioned heard me talk about a football game that I went to, and on the sideline there was a child in the wheelchair that had gotten injured on the field, and the game was dedicated to that child and things like that. But how about we dedicate some protection on our children, so that if that child does end up having to end up into a wheelchair, we're able to have the money to make sure that they get the therapy that they need so that they can heal and they can get back, because children are young and strong and resilient. But sometimes things
Well, how would
happen.
that happen? How could you get money for something like that from a life insurance
Right,
policy?
like
I
you guys have heard us talk about it before, right? We do you have the old kind of policy or the new kind, right? Do you
Mhm.
have the policy that you have to die in order to use, or do you have the policy that you can use while you're alive, right? Called living benefits. And that child would have been someone that could have been suffering from a chronic illness or a critical illness. And
Right.
with a critical, most likely a critical illness, something happened, you could get a payout of your life insurance proceeds to use while you're alive to get the therapy you need. There is no restrictions placed on what you use that money for. You need to continue to go to work, but you need someone to come take care of the kid while you're at work, or do you need to take time off from work, but you're not going to get paid? Now you can use that to do that while you take care of your kid. So there's just so many things to do. And I know we didn't want to be on here long, but we definitely wanted to get that point across. And one other thing I want to talk to you about is if your child is already diagnosed with something and you know that that child is insurable, you can actually still protect that child by both of you getting on the policy together, right? There's a survivor's life type of policy, and that you want to know more information about that. If you have a child, whether it's a teenager, whether it's a younger, whether it's a 20s, if you have a special needs child that is completely uninsurable, you want to reach out to us and see what it is that we can do, especially if you want to make sure that that child is so young and you are older and you know that you may transition before that child, but you want to make some arrangements for that child to be taken care of when you are gone, right? Well, that plan, that estate plan that you need to do doesn't only include making sure that you have a special needs trust for that child, but have a big lump sum, a big fat lump sum life insurance policy that's going to go into that trust to take care of that child because you are gone and someone else has to take care of that special needs child. Reach out to us to find out about how you can protect your special needs child when you are no longer here.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely important.
Really. This has been fun. We were only going to be on here for half an hour or so. I have some urgent business to attend to, but we really appreciate all of our followers. We really do. And I specialize, which I decided I do it all. I have a license for everything, but I specialize in health insurance. Carmen specializes in pretty much everything, but her specialty, she will get you out of debt. She will get that life insurance for you. She's good at that. She's good at numbers because she was a teacher for several years.
A business teacher too.
How many years?
A business teacher too. So
really,
right. So really and truly, we are the complete package, but ensuring that your assets are protected. If your most important asset is you, your children, your spouse, your family, and that's who we protect. So we encourage you to continue to reach out to us. We want to say hey to our buddy Saran, wherever she is in the world. She might be off vacationing or off helping her high income clients, helping to protect them. And we look forward to seeing her in 2 weeks. And but for those of you who have joined us, even if it was for a little bit, we thank you. Make sure that you are following us. Make sure you're following us individually. Make sure you're following us on our business pages. Share it, please. This is what we do to take care of you, and that's how you can take care of us. And we want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you caught on the replay, just hit #replay. And that's it for me. What about you, Aaliyah?
That's it for me. Aaliyah Sherrod, the healthcare queen. I got to go and help some more people get that healthcare because that's really important. But I really appreciate it. Just follow us, like our videos, like our post. I've been remiss over the last month in posting and going live, but there's some things that I've been doing, and I look forward to talking to a lot of people. And I just enjoy doing this. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you, the Millionaire Ladies Mob. We're going to go.
That's right. The Millionaire Ladies Mob. If you want to know what mob means, it's mom-owned business. But anyway, we will talk with you soon. Hey, I just love when we just have chit chat sometimes, when we just come on and just talk and stuff like that. I love it. Yes. But it was great. Thank you guys. Bye.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye, everybody.